and welcome to another exciting evening of Rainbow Wahine basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem and please remove your hats. Veterans are encouraged to render a hand salute. Please welcome to the Simplify Arena at the Stan Sheriff Center 2023 Miss Paradise Teen Aloha, Chloe Lindenmuth.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Hawai'i pono I nana I komo I kalani ali ke ali makualani e kamehameha e na kawa e pale me kaie makualani e kamehameha e na kawa e pale me kaie.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice round of applause. Lily Who's Eyes' very own Miss Paradise Teen Aloha, Chloe Lindenmuth.
Aloha basketball fans, welcome to Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center here on the campus of the University of Hawaii at Mānoa for tonight's Big West Conference women's basketball game featuring the Csun Matadors and your University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Here are your starting lineups. First for the Matadors. At 46'3" junior from Setúbal, Portugal, number 21, Ana Carolina de Jesus. At 45'11" junior from San Francisco, California, number 23, Talo Ni Upresa. At 46'2" junior from San Diego, California, number 24, Kiana Spriggs. At guarding 5'8" freshman from St. Stephen, South Carolina, number 1, Amaya Ferguson. And in guarding 5'10" junior from Oakland, California, number 20, Erica Adams. The head coach of the Matadors is Carlene Mitchell. starting lineup for your Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. At 46, Ford Jr. from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, number 14, Brooklyn Brewers. At 46, Ford sophomore from Denver, Colorado, number 12, Imani Perez. At 45, 10 Jr. from Kennewick, Washington, number 23, Milani McBee. At 45, 9 Jr. from Wasilla, Alaska, number 45, Olivia Davies. At 45, 7 Jr. from Kaneohe, Hawaii, number 3, Lily Wahine Kapu. And the newest member of our Rainbow Wahine basketball ohana from Kahului, Maui, our team impact player, Haley Anthony. The Director of Operations is Jason Hill. Assistant coaches Derek Florence and Kalila Mitchell. Associate Head Coach Alex Delanian. Head Coach for your Rainbow Wahine, Laura Beeman.
Women's basketball team improved to 2-0 in the Big West Conference after rolling over Cal State Bakersfield in the Rainbow Wahine's league home opener Thursday night. 10 Rainbow Wahine posted at least 3 points in the one-sided contest as veteran guard Lily Wahine Kapu led Hawaii with a season-high 15 points. Up next, a Saturday showdown between the Matadors of Csun and the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. With that, we welcome you inside Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center next to Lori Santi. I'm Panoa Leahy. Lori, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the game.
For Csun, the Matadors need some consistency from their youth. A couple freshmen in Amaya Ferguson and Caitlin Elsholz, the better scorers on this team, but they're young, so they have to be consistent. For Hawaii, discipline on D, right? They've held their opponents to 36% shooting from the field. That's number 2 in the Big West. 51 points a game outside of those Pac-12 games. So they got to stay with their D. This is a team that can get loose in one-on-one situations.
And Hawaii will control here to start this game, wearing the throwbacks, the retro uniforms. Ironically, these were a style that were best known as being worn by the Rainbow Warrior program, the men's team. The Rainbow Wahine team actually only had a combination of green and yellow trim on those back in the day unis. Nani Kaka knows a thing or two about those specifically. Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Hawaii to inbound from the baseline with 10 seconds left to shoot on this possession. Olivia Davies going to try to get a shot up. That was partially blocked. Ruhr's there to clean it up. Ball did not hit the rim. And so a shot clock violation. Hawaii came out smoking 2 nights ago. Hit 9 3-pointers total in that game. Dropped several of their first attempts to try to set the tone. Empty on this first possession.
Yeah, it's good D there. Nice rotation. Davies trying to make something out of it. Good energy here, it looks like, early from the Matadors. And they can force some turnovers. They're going to need to get something easy in transition, I think. They're not going to beat Hawaii playing a half-court game.
Matadors 2-10 overall. They have started Big West Conference play 0-2, and we got a tug-of-war there between Kayana Spriggs and Melanie McBee.
Haven't talked a lot about McBee except for from beyond the arc, and it's interesting because she is the player that started all 12 games this season, hasn't missed one yet.
Interesting possession arrow across the way, actually pointing in the Hawaii direction, but Hawaii won the tip, and so the possession arrow should be pointed in this direction. And so they properly inbound here for Csun. 2 seconds to shoot. Someone's got to get it up. Spriggs to try to beat the horn. They're going to say that it came after the buzzer. And so how about the first 2 possessions? You have 2 shot clock violations.
And pretty physical. Good look at Carlene Mitchell there, Csun's head coach in their 3rd season there. Her 8th season coaching in Division I was the former UC Santa Barbara Gaucho coach. She was pretty funny to talk to the other day. It's just full of life.
Here's a takeaway by the Matadors. Some defense being played early here. Hawaii 5-6 overall. They're off to a 2-0 start in the Big West. The drive by Taloli Uparesa. And a nice finish. 5'11" redshirt junior from San Francisco. Team leader in blocks. In fact, third in the Big West Conference in blocks per game as McBee misses from 3. And Csun looking pretty active here early, Lori.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty physical. Officials early on here kind of letting it go, which may favor, in fact, the Matadors of Cal State Northridge.
Scott Osborne, Steve Belknap, and Steve Piercy, the 3 officials here for this one. Here's Erica Adams on the drive. Second leading scorer on the team at 10.3 per. That shot rims out for Anna Carolina DeJesus. And it goes out of bounds. It belongs to Hawaii. Now, through these first 2 games in league play, the Rainbow Wahine have held their opponents under 50 points. And Laura Beeman, one thing that she has gotten her teams to do well here, especially in this recent run, as they are coming off of 2 straight Big West Conference tournament championships, they play defense.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They hang their hat on it. And she's got a lot of help from assistant coach Derek Florence, who's been in this program the last couple of years, and she's really kind of let him have the reins.
We're going to have a whistle away from the basketball, and it's going to go against DeJesus.
That's been a battle there underneath between Ruers and DeJesus, and Ruers has been solid, is physical, welcomes that physicality. She's been consistent underneath and had a good scoring game the other night, as most of the posts did against Bakersfield.
So Hawaii yet to get off the schneid here, 2.5 minutes in. Wahine Kapu coming off the season-high performance. It'll be Imani Perez for 3. That doesn't go. Ruers collects the offensive board. The follow, no, but she draws the foul.
Ruers just getting beat up underneath. Good for her. It's her second tip, keeping the ball alive on the offensive glass here early on. Ruers will get to the free throw line. Well-deserved here, I think.
Yeah, the foul called on DeJesus, already her second personal foul, and so some issues in the front court already here for Carlene Mitchell's crew, as Ruers to the free throw line splashes the first. A 77% free throw shooter, averaging 7.7 points per game. Also team leader with 6 rebounds per outing.
And really a nice shot. You see her from the free throw line, a soft touch. We've seen her shoot the 3 ball at around 40% this year. She's got a good arsenal of offensive weapons. They've just got to find her in the post sometimes.
Irina Nikishina, 6'6" junior from St. Petersburg, Russia, replacing DeJesus out there on the floor. And here she is wearing number 43 on her jersey. Top scorer right here for the Matadors, Amaya Ferguson, donning number 1. 5 seconds to shoot. Along the baseline, the layup trickles off the iron from Taloli Uparesa, and Hawaii clears the board. Just 4 points scored here, a little over 3 minutes into the game. Wahine Kapu loose for 3. And look at Ruers again going to work on the offensive glass, and a foul goes against Csun.
Yeah, she's been super active. I was looking at those stats and feeling like Ruers could probably be more active on the offensive glass. She has done that tonight. She's busy usually getting down on D, right? You're always worried as opposed to of getting down on the other end, but she has kept some balls alive here early. So
Deja Phillips now checks in, coming off of 7 points and 10 rebounds against Bakersfield. You talked about it in the game on portion of the broadcast, was looking to distribute in that game as Ruers rips the cords from just inside the 3.
Liv Davies also getting her 4th start. I think she gives some scoring options to Wahine Kapu, also gives you a little bit of length at that guard position. Nice to see her back.
So Brooklyn Ruers has accounted for all 4 Hawaii points. Step back shot by Erica Adams. Pulled down off the iron by Imani Perez. And they get it into Ruers. Power dribble, the spin move, lefty laying good. All Brooklyn here to start.
BK, the little left-handed hook. I felt like she got on track the other night in the post with her back to the basket. And if they can get some scoring with her back to the basket, they're going to be tough with the amount of 3-point shooters they have on this Wahine squad.
So Hawaii has scored 6 in a row, and up close it is Nikishina.
How was that dime? Carlene Mitchell talked about Ferguson, threads the needle a lot in her passes, is pretty fine. Like you saw it right there just over the top.
Nice give and go action as Perez finishes at the rim. Give Phillips the assist.
Little shot clock token pressure by the Wahine.
Ferguson, obstructed shot, and the rebound cleared by Ruers. Ruers doing a little bit of everything. She's scored 6 points. She has drawn all 3 fouls by Csun, and Wahine Kapu able to break down the D.
Dude, it's so pretty though, right? It is just the style points for Lily.
And it's Hawaii by a half dozen. Tough shot there by Spriggs. And Wahine Kapu tippy-toeing the baseline, saves it into Phillips, who passes it ahead to Ruers. Not sure if that's what Laura Beeman would want in transition.
But the decision-making has been good here.
Missed there from 3 by Liv Davies.
Nice job by Wahine Kapu, slowing that down. Ferguson in the open court, so dangerous.
Deep 3 by Ferguson, and it goes. Averaging 10.4 per, that's tops on the team. She has made the most 3-pointers on the squad. That's her 20th of the season. And she's also 4th in the Big West in assists per game at 3.3.
And only a freshman, she is going to be fun to watch in the next 3.5 years here.
Yeah, 5'8" from St. Stephen, South Carolina. Wahine Kapu trying to respond. She cannot. It rims out. And then a foul called against Perez going over the back. So a torrid pace here over the last couple of minutes. It's Hawaii by
3. University of Hawaii Sports on Spectrum Sports. Sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealer.
Here to this game, Laurie.
Pretty physical, both sides, and I feel like Hawaii's answered. Been impressed with Ruer's toughness. Speaking of toughness, Kelsey Imai and Ashley Toms, the twins, are roommates checking into the game. So there'll be someone on the floor here. It may be them. I'm not sure who it'll be, but yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Also, Lainey Amundsen checking into the game for the first time for Csun, 6'1" redshirt sophomore from Fresno, California. Younger sister of former Csun great Tess Amundsen.
Yeah, she was one of the greats here. Shot around 48% in her career from beyond the arc. Lainey Amundsen can shoot it too.
Well, Phillips almost knocking that one away for a steal. It's Amundsen loose for 3, and she puts up an air ball, but right there to clean it up is Lee Uparesa. Spent 2 years previously at City College of San Francisco.
But she's been a nice get. We saw her little bounce on that first layup she made.
Well, losing that one on the way up is Kelsey Imai. And then Imai commits the foul, so it will go the other way. I do like the idea of the ongoing prop bet as to which of the roommates will hit the deck first, Kelsey Imai or Ashley Toms.
I got Tommy.
I guess I got Imai then. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
You owe me.
Yeah, wow, that was
winner,
quick.
Winner.
I almost feel like the fix may have been in on that. That was a little too on time.
Defensive Player of the Year for this team last season as a squad, known as the stopper, but has lately been shooting it really well behind the arc.
Yeah, she's actually been named the team's Defensive Player of the Year, or getting the Best Defensive Player award the last 2 years. Step back 3 by Ferguson. No. Another offensive board, this time Spriggs, but she lost it. Phillips able to take it away. Phillips all the way to the rim, and a foul's going to go against Nikishina.
You know, it's so interesting to watch the development of Deja Phillips, and talked about her winning. She's a winner, right? 4 high school state championships. Similar to Imani Perez, by the way. They come from really winning programs, and they make really winning plays and decisions. And Deja knows she has a mismatch there with Nikishina. Puts the ball on the floor, gets to the rim. And I believe the best free throw shooter in the Big West right now, around 87%. There it is.
Yeah, I think she's technically number 2 in the league, but I mean, she's been awfully good. Now 42 of 48 from the free throw line. And you knew that was going to happen. That was
me.
That was
me. So it's 1-1.
Here it is, Phillips. Little show and go. Wanted some contact there, but no call. Now Csun in transition. Ferguson, that's a tough shot. Nikishina just looming large above Melanie McBee, who seemed confused as to what was going on.
Yeah, McBee was sort of bent over there, so right over the top is Nikishina. It's been physical. Don't expect calls here.
Yeah, we're tied at 11. Brewers going all the way in. Nikishina hit the deck, but Brewers couldn't hit from close range.
Good job by Mai stopping the ball. That's sort of the scout on Ferguson. Make sure you slow her down in that front court.
Nikishina for 3. So tied at 11, under a minute and a half to go here in quarter number 1. Here's Imai to the tin. No, Brewers had a hand on the rebound, couldn't secure it.
Good take there by Imai. She's been successful getting to the rim early part of this season. That was a good take. It's a lid on that end.
Yeah, we saw Hawaii shooting the ball well in that last game. They're 4 of 13 to start this one, Lori.
Yeah, they struggled from the 3 as well. 0 for 5 from behind the arc.
A 7-1 Csun run. Ferguson, the drop off, but the block on Nikishina. And we're going to have a whistle against Csun there on the outlet pass. We got bodies flying. That time Melanie McBee ended up on the floor.
Looked like McBee might have hit her head on the hardwood, but throw this back. She's going to be on that right side, I think. She's coming in from the backside. A lot of contact there. McBee goes down, lands on the shoe, it looks like, of Deja Phillips. May have saved her a concussion. Yeah, it's physical. Beeman rotating that backcourt quite a bit. Wahine Kapu back in for Imai.
If it is physical like this the rest of the way, who does that give an edge to, if at all?
I think a little bit to Csun. I think if they get in a little bit more of a chaotic game, I think the Wahine are better in a disciplined style of play, you know. They can give it to you. They got the depth, right? And even in the post a little bit.
Ashley Toms getting the friendly roll on the first, not so much on the second. Hawaii by 1, under a minute to go here in the first.
And I feel like they've had some second chance points sort of let go, right? They've had some good offensive board looks.
And they're going to call a walk against Kiana Spriggs. Another substitution here for Hawaii as Toms will head to the bench and Liv Davies back in. About a 13 or 14 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Wahine Kapu. She did it again.
That hezzy move's so sweet. Takes a little peek at the corner like she's going to kick that out and just continues to the glass.
4 points here in the first for Wahine Kapu. So now about a second difference between the clocks. Csun can pretty much play this one all the way down.
Ferguson will size it up here. She's got the 2 bigs up top, looking for the screens.
And guarded by Davies. 6 seconds to shoot. 3 seconds to shoot. Liu Perez going to force the issue. Got the shot up off the glass, but a shot clock violation because it didn't hit the rim. You still have 0.9 on the clock. And we'll see what Hawaii does here. We'll look to just inbound the ball, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. So a competitive first quarter. Both teams making 5 field goals apiece. Hawaii, unlike the other night, not able to yet find the range from outside the arc. They're 0 for 5 from out there, but Brooklyn Brewers, where Brooklyn at? 6 points, 3 rebounds. Hawaii by 3. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Long's Drugs. The number, very simply, the number 5. That is the amount of 3-pointers needed by Melanie McBee to tie our own Nani Cockett for 5th place all time at Hawaii. Right now, McBee is 6th on the career list with 107 career-made threes.
What's amazing about that record book is it is just Mosley and Cockett.
Yeah, all over the place. Just all
Still,
over.
all over the place. It's unbelievable.
We got some Amy Atwell in there now.
Yeah, Nani played a little. She could play a little.
One of the all-time greats as that pass sails out of bounds, but a foul will be called as you had Spriggs sort of hooking on the arm Wahine Perez.
I think it was Liu Pereza. Was that?
Yeah, they give it to Talo Liu Pereza there on the foul.
They're definitely getting a little beat up underneath, handling it so far.
There's Davies on the drive. Hawaii shooting 35% in that first period. Corner three, Davies. Doesn't go. Hawaii yet to make a three. Perez found herself alone with the basketball underneath the rim.
Nice. Sniffed that out from the baseline. Good job again by Ruers keeping that alive, and Perez cleans it up.
Perez, who was scoreless in that first half against Bakersfield the other night, and then finished with 10 points, 4 rebounds, and was 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
And she can shoot it. Both the bigs can shoot it. She and Perez with that three-point presence. Yikes at 6'4". Adams hasn't really gotten up. She likes that little pull-up jump shot.
I mean, she's averaging 10 a game, gets that one to go lefty style.
I think it's tough about the Matadors is they're going to switch you 1 through 4, right? And so you got to be patient offensively.
Well, Perez had the defender, Liu Perez, on her back for a moment. Now Phillips the drive. Brewers had 2 defenders fly by. Hawaii trying to skip it around. Here's Wahine Kapu for 3. It doesn't go. Hawaii 0 for 7 from out there. But now a battle for the loose basketball.
Oh, the whistle.
Yeah, it took a while for that whistle to come. Tie-up finally is called. Possession arrow sends it to the team in red.
That was really good ball movement, right? They made that extra pass. They got a nice look on that weak side after sort of scrambling. They just cannot get anything to drop here. Wahine 6 of 17 now.
That was one of the more encouraging statistics the other night as well, was Lily Wahine Kapu, who was 3 of 6 from outside the property line.
Got a couple wide open looks in that second half. He's had a couple tonight. Good looks.
Oh, the little poke away. Ferguson able to recover. Now puts her head down, lays it up and in.
Corralled her for a little while. Once she gets loose on that left side, she is tough.
Graduate of Timberland High School, Amaya Ferguson was the #2 ranked combo guard in the state of South Carolina, as a foul will be called, and this one will go, I believe, against Spriggs.
Spriggs felt like she had that pretty cleanly. I think you feel like that, as physical as this game has been, right? We'll take a look. This is Ferguson on that left side, up and over. That's sweet with the right. On the other end, Wahine Kapu with the big step. Ooh, we saw Lily Wahine Kapu get hit in the face with a shoulder against Bakersfield. Had a little mouse on her bottom lip there, so taking some blows this week.
Well, the second Olivia to see action in this game. You have Olivia Smith, 6'1" grad student from Las Vegas out of Bishop Gorman, in her 5th year with the Csun program, wearing number 11 for the Matadors. Wahine Kapu at the free throw line.
You know, Kalila Mitchell was talking about how difficult just to scout, knowing your personnel, assistant coach for the Wahine, because they've played so many players. They've had so many injuries. Carly Mitchell, head coach, talked about that, injuries and illness and newcomers, and really trying to find some consistency.
Deep 3 by Ferguson. Long rebound, chased down by Wahine Kapu. Looking to force the issue, goes cross court. It's Imai for 3. Hawaii can't buy one, but Wahine Kapu gets them another stab at it.
She's been so sneaky good as a rebounder. She had 7 boards the other night. She really comes in on that weak side, strips balls away.
Here's Ruers trying to go to work on Spriggs. Goes to the left hand, but a little too strong with it.
I think you're right, a little quick. She's been a little bit quick on that release, but getting some good looks.
And again, Hawaii looking to emphasize trying to go through the post area a little bit more. I know you like that.
Just can't find that range from behind the arc.
Brewers bothered Spriggs big time on that take. That's Hawaii by 2. Rainbow Wahine shooting just 31% here so far. Brewers will try a 3 and knock it down. Their first made 3 on 9 attempts here in this first half.
That's a soft shot, isn't it? Brewers can shoot it from out there. Happy to have the space, I think. Oh, nice feed.
About 9 points for Brooklyn Brewers. Foul is called here, and I think they're going to give this one to Ruers. So that will be her first person. Here's another look at it.
Good body move there by Spriggs to kind of get some space. Ruers, I think, came into this with the 13 blocks. They gave her 3 the other night. I thought she had 4. She's been so good protecting that space.
Vivian Barrett checking in, replacing Ruers. Belated happy birthday to Vivian. Went for a season-high 7 points, 3 rebounds against Bakersfield on her birthday. Celebrating turning 19. Can you even remember?
19, no. And this is big, right? A lot of fans here tonight. Barrett, I'll tell you what, when she completely grasped the offense, super strong, good height, and really smart, right? So it's just a matter of time before Barrett masters this offense. Had the 7 points, as you mentioned the other night, just starting to look more and more comfortable underneath the basket.
Spriggs going 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That was the first trip to the line for Csun in this first half. Well, what you mean, well, 5 of 8. The foul discrepancy, you have 7 fouls having been called against the Matadors compared to 4 for Hawaii in this first half. Here's Barrett underneath. Oh, missing the bunny.
Hawaii with 10 points in the paint, you feel like you should be about 20. They've had some opportunities under there.
Jesus lines it up from mid-range. 6'3" redshirt junior from Setúbal, Portugal.
Kind of what this team is known for is that intermediate jump shot. We haven't seen him hit a lot, but that's exactly, and DeJesus' shot, what they're about offensively.
Barrett gonna take it in herself, too hard off the glass. Hawaii 2 of 8 in this quarter. And it is a 2-point game. Adams couldn't hit the turnaround. So now Imai sends it ahead. This is Jade Peacock fresh into the game. Wahine Kapu, nice little pump fake. The kick, the 3-ball, Perez too long.
Nice shot getting back on D. Had a little room to run there. The Matadors. Wahine closed that up pretty quickly.
Oh, and Amundsen taking advantage of the mismatch. And Kelsey Imai on her back.
And that second time that high-lows worked, right? Spriggs got to the free throw line the last time. This time they convert.
And we are tied at 20. Seconds to shoot. Little up and under move. Peacock. That doesn't go.
Good move by the freshman. Just telling you, there's a lid down there.
Yeah, stingy rim. Stingy was Perez as well there on the swap. Imai gonna take it herself.
I'll tell you what, her ability to finish has improved probably 25% this season. This wasn't an easy take with one hand at full speed, and Imai bringing that tempo that we've become accustomed to seeing.
So yeah, defense at one end. Imani Perez saying aole. And then Kelsey Imai going coast to coast. Lady Bulls by 2. Welcome back. Time now for the Hawaii Honda Dealers highlight reel, and we're looking at Brooklyn Ruers. And we've seen some of Brooklyn's finest here so far in this first half, Lori. She has put together a strong ball game, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and has hit the only triple for the Rainbow Wahine.
Yeah, 3 of 5 from the floor. Ruers is putting together back-to-back pretty good outings here, and she was the leading scorer in the first 3 games of the season, in the non-conference season, and I feel like she's just getting better and better. And, you know, played at Michigan State, but didn't have a ton of minutes, right? So really kind of finding, in fact, they asked Laura Beeman if she sort of expected more from her at this point in the season, and she said she's doing a lot of things great. It's just a matter of getting those minutes and becoming comfortable, starting to get there.
Deja Phillips back out on the floor for Hawaii. Spriggs got blocked by Perez. She has not allowed much here the last few sequences. Ahead it goes to McBee. Here's Phillips.
Wahine a little confused, a little change in the defensive.
Phillips will try a three. Knock it down. Just her 6th made three-pointer of the season. She was shooting 17% from downtown coming into this game.
And they're getting deep into three. They got open looks out there. Last two finally hit by Ruers and Deja Phillips.
Hawaii now 2 of 11 from out there. This is Caitlin Escholz, averaging just under 10 points per game off the bench. 5'11" freshman from Peoria, Arizona. Hawaii showing a lot of patience here. It's Perez, deep touch, kicks it out. Imai, three on the way. Front iron, no. It's tipped to Perez, but a foul will be called against Phillips.
You know, we saw Deja Phillips fly around on some rebounds the other night, right? As above everybody. She makes a really good play here. Looked pretty clean. Kept that ball alive. Would have been that deuce by Perez. This is Deja Phillips earlier from the corner, the second three ball of the ball game. And the foul coming up right here on the backside was pretty loose, Kano. I don't know.
Yeah,
Tough one.
May have caught a little bit of that wrist, but from our vantage point, it certainly in real time looked like it could have been a quality play. Leo Peressa trying to get it down low to Spriggs on the pick and roll, and she walked with it.
You know, I think also at this point, Deja Phillips, people know who she is, right? The officiating crews know that. So it's really up to her to steady out her emotions, I think, in some ways, because they know that Deja's going to fly around. She's going to be involved in those types of plays. She needs to make friends with those officials, right? Yeah. You know?
No, she'll have to also temper some of the reactions when...
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. But you love the competitive fire there.
Good hands by Perez. Ball swings around. It's McBee for three. Offensive rebound, Imai. Back up with it. The put back by Wahine Kapu, no. And then Phillips took a shot to the grill. It's going to be a foul against Csun.
Yeah, Spriggs trying to clean that. Gosh. Some chances there by the, right? Some mouses in the house under there, right? Wahine Kapu trying to take it out of the air. Imai on an offensive board. But watch this. It's going to be Spriggs comes down with it right here and cleaning it out. Catches Deja Phillips with an elbow.
Yeah, so the officials taking a look at this. Ooh. Upon first viewing, what do you make of that there, Lori?
They don't allow anything to the head and neck. You're going to see that left elbow go out, but I think it was the right one that kind of caught her. But I will say the game's been physical, right? You know, it's been established early on that there's some physical play underneath, and Spriggs, I'm guessing, will get caught for this one. It's interesting to watch these calls, though, because I don't think it's always an intentional situation, but the clear-outs have become aggressive, right? They just are in order to find that space. And so the intentional part doesn't really matter. If you crack somebody above the neck, basically, you're going to get that call.
Well, it's been a eventful week here in Mānoa with Rainbow Wahine basketball and Rainbow Warrior volleyball getting underway. We have Emmanuel coming to town to take on Charlie Wade's crew next week for a pair of matches Wednesday and Friday. 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday is when our coverage here on Spectrum Sports will begin. So as it currently stands, Kiana Spriggs, who was called for that foul, has 3 personal fouls. But the officials taking a look here, and they're going to contemplate whether or not there should be a flagrant foul thrown in as well.
Lots of contemplation here, and that's huge, obviously, for the Matadors, because Spriggs is kind of there. She's their go-to rebounder. She's their presence in the paint.
See the officiating trio.
I mean, it is a big call, especially as these minutes wane down in this first half, right?
Arlene Mitchell, you mentioned, was a head coach at UC Santa Barbara from 2011 to 2015, won the Big West title in her first season, also served as an assistant for the Chicago Sky in the WNBA. Also coached in the Women's Korean Basketball League. She has been there, done that in this coaching business. We're going to get word here from the officials on that last ruling.
We got an intentional foul, unnecessary contact.
All right, so they do give what is termed an intentional foul to Kiana Spriggs. And so Hawaii will get free throws and the ball here. And looking to close this first half strong. This was a game that was tied just a little while ago at 20 apiece. And now Hawaii trying to see if they can build a little bit of breathing room here before the intermission. Csun on a scoring drought of now 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and Phillips coolly knocks down both free throws.
Wahine have gone to the free throw line 9 times, made 6. Matador has only been there twice, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. And you're right, a couple of threes there by Roers and Deja Phillips. Free throw line and some balls kept alive on the offensive end.
Wahine Kapu going back door. What a find by Deja Phillips. That was a dot.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it was. We'll talk about that more later.
Well, we might as well fill people in. We just learned, we think that the term DOT technically is an acronym for direct on target.
Direct on target, that's what I heard. That was direct on target, as was the finish.
Oh, the block there by McBee onto Jesus. I mean, if it's on target, do you need the direct?
I don't know. I know it bothers you. It's that English class, you know. Lonnie Ed, you know.
I inherited that from Pops.
Yes,
that would definitely bother him.
Yes, you did.
Nice kick. Phillips wide open. 3 up, 3 down.
Talked about her at the outset. This is the type of game that she needs to affect, and she has here late in the second period.
Hawaii on a 12-0 run. Shot clock is off. Ferguson, that was a James Harden-like step back. Long rebound out to Wahine Kapu, ahead to Phillips, 1 second, can't get a shot off. And that's how the first half comes to a close. Hawaii closes out the second quarter with 12 straight points. Led by Deja Phillips and Brooklyn Roers, each with 9 points apiece. And Hawaii will take a 32-20 advantage into the locker room. Scott Robbs is with Laura Beeman.
Coach, early on, you guys were getting good looks. The shots just weren't falling. About midway through that second period, it seemed like you guys started to find your groove.
You know, threes aren't going to fall every game like they did Thursday night in that first quarter, and we have to be able to figure out a different way to score. Sometimes shots just don't fall, so we have to work the ball. We have to break down their defense, and we have to get easier shots. I didn't like our energy when we caught the ball. It looked like our shot footwork was an afterthought versus on catching to shooting, catch to shoot. So we'll clean that up a little bit. Defensively, I don't like where we are with our energy level. I thought our rebounding was pretty good, though.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Kanoa.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Hawaii wasn't able to buy one for a good spell from outside the arc, but they finished with 3 made triples, and they lead by a dozen here at the break.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
No, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Monikin?
Wahine.
Hi, Kellen, please.
Me?
Ouais. How do you spell it?
Anakin. The green one?
Ah.
Packaman? Yes.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you.
This is me.
Hawaii Pacific Health.
Hey, let's get out and enjoy our islands.
Hanging with Ohana is the best, especially when you're in the 8-passenger pilot. The perfect island ride that's rugged and ready for wherever family fun takes you. Add a new pilot to your Ohana today. Part of KBB's best overall value brand for 2023.
See a Hawaii Honda dealer today and tell them Henry sent you.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
No, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Halftime here in Mānoa, the home team, the Rainbow Wahine, leading Csun by a dozen. Scott, Nani McKenna, 32-20, Hawaii leads at the break. Your guys' initial thoughts of that first half?
Well, the first quarter was obviously a little bit slow. They didn't pick it up like they did in the first game on Thursday, but towards the end of the second quarter, we saw that run Hawaii made. It started with the intentional foul, which was pretty nasty foul, but that seemed to spark Hawaii, and they came up with a big lead at halftime.
I think the energy that is there, the tempo's there. I think they're getting a little too sped up when they're getting to that finish, but they're sharing the ball, they're crashing the offensive board hard, so I think they'll put it together in the second half.
I thought it was a good sign seeing Brooklyn Roars get off. It's been a while. She has struggled recently, got off to a good start at the beginning of the year, but she's got 9 points and what does she have? 4 rebounds.
It's a great start for her. She finished up with 9 points Thursday night, and already in the first half, 9 points already. So she's locked in, and I think she's continuing to flow from Thursday night's game, getting more comfortable, feeling out the Big West. I think she likes the Big West Conference opponent, so more to see, more to come from her.
She's being aggressive, she's shooting the ball, which I like to see, but she's also cleaning up the boards. I think she's down there every time one of her teammates is putting up a shot, and I think that's really leading the charge for her.
Hawaii took 14 3-point attempts in that first half. They only made 3, but I thought a lot of them were good looks. They just weren't dropping.
Sometimes it happens like that, and then we'll see about the second half, but they had to find other ways to score, and I like what the Rainbow Wahine are doing, and they're getting transition, fast break points, 6 points off transition, so keep it up.
All right, it's halftime here in Mānoa, 32-20, Hawaii leads. We'll have more when we return.
What's better than a cheesy bite? Cheese in every bite. That's why we invented stuffed crust pizza, topped and stuffed with almost a pound of cheese. There's only one original, the original stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
In Hawaii, a healthy smile shows love for a family. It appreciates the culture of its community. It builds partnerships, conveying ideas and aloha. Our smiles preserve what makes us local and what makes Hawaii home. HCS preserved its local roots and the healthy smiles of Hawaii for 60
exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights of Deja Phillips. Remember, a week ago, she missed the conference opener against Cal State Fullerton. Played well on Thursday. Off to a great start here tonight. 9 points for her.
Safe to say she loves playing it here at the Stan Sheriff Center. And to have all the fans come and watch her play, she's locked in. She's getting 3-point shots, which is nice to see.
And how about Lily Wahine Kampu? We featured her on Game On, presented by Bank of Hawaii. Lily at the break, 7 points, and leading the team in rebounding with 5.
Yeah, she's cleaning it up down there. Brooklyn, the other posts are having to box out their bigs, and so she's crashing hard and getting those boards.
So you heard the coach talking about the defense. She didn't like the energy or something to that effect. I expect them to come out pretty fired up in the second half.
Oh yes, I think Deja really got them going at the end of the second there. Deja's also finding her teammates really well. It's really fun to play with Deja. sometimes, you know, you get surprised playing with her. I think Laylee was a little surprised with that last pass for that last bucket.
When the Wahine play energetic, it's really fun to watch because they have the opportunities to go out, get rebounds, get fast break, get layups, and that makes this team super exciting. And I'd like to see jumping in some passing lanes and maybe getting some steals for some like dunks.
What do you guys think about Csun in the first half?
I think they really brought the energy. They were super aggressive on defense, and I think that flustered the Wahine a little bit. But the Wahine still took care of the ball. They only had 3 turnovers like we were talking about. So I expect them to continue that pressure.
Yeah, they've been physical. It's been a physical game, but they've lost 10 games in a row, so they're just looking for their first win. So Wahine have to keep up the energy, keep up the scoring, and not be their first loss.
All right, for Hawaii to go 3-0 in the Big West, what do they have to do in the second half, McKenna?
I think they need to continue sharing the ball, finding that next open man, and keep sharing it with the post players.
I agree. Share the ball. Exactly what McKenna said. Share it. I'm a big proponent right now of working the ball inside and out. Guard play, post play, maybe getting a high low from the 2 post players and just opening it up for the open shooters on the outside.
12-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine here at the break. We'll take a break. We'll come back and have more.
At Bank of Hawaii, we believe that part of living your happy is feeling safe and secure. It also means knowing your hard-earned money will be there when you need it. That's why Bank of Hawaii is proud to be a bank people have trusted with.
Saturday night showdown here in Mānoa, Big West Conference women's basketball action. Hawaii and Csun, the Rainbow Wahine, up by 12 at the break. UH looking to go 3-0. Can they do it? We'll find out when we come back.
Time statistics. Hawaii with a surge to close the first half. What do you see in the numbers, Lori?
What's interesting is it's you know, it's a 12-point game, but it looks closer in the numbers, right? And Wahine missed a lot of stuff underneath there in that first half. They kind of came to life later on, 34%. It's right about where their average is this season, field goal percentage-wise. 7 for 10 from the free throw line. That really was the difference. The intentional foul put Deja Phillips there late in that second quarter. 22 rebounds. They've been taking care of the boards better in conference play than certainly they did in the preseason. Assisted turnovers 3 and 3, 3 and 4. So a little bit closer on paper, maybe. You know, I mean, sort of what we expected in the first quarter. I felt like they had a lot of opportunities underneath early, a lot of second chance opportunities, and they just couldn't hit that basket.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're on the looser rim side for this second half. Yeah, you know, you had that 12-0 run to close the first half. Deja Phillips scored 8 of those 12 points. What happened there, and how can Hawaii continue that?
Well, you know, I thought it was interesting because Phillips hit the 2 corners, but she dropped that backdoor dime. Look for the backdoor stuff here in the second half because the overly aggressive defense of Csun, that's what you're looking for. And a little more patience when you get good looks. I think the Wahine rushed a few things in the first half.
As you see, Hawaii wearing the retro uniforms, and the coaching staff, they are decked out in multicolored pants to go along with their coaches' shirts. Yeah, check that out.
Except for Derek Florence, I'm going to give him, he's got that Josh McDaniels going. Look,
he's kind of got the capris.
He's got the red on. I think it's...
He's got the capri look. That one is dribbled off of the foot of Wahine Kapu and out of bounds. But yeah, I like the rainbow effect.
Yeah, no, it's... You know, ever since COVID, right, they've been in gear. You know, before COVID, right, everybody was dressed like they were going to the prom.
That's right.
There were some stilettos out there. Now, everybody's pretty much in gear, and I think a lot more comfortable in some ways.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Hawaii still riding a 12-0 run going back to that first half. And Talo Liu Peresa had that one deflected out of bounds. So it stays here 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Be careful when you get inside the paint there. You're not going to get a lot of whistles. You're going to take a beating. Almost better off kicking out before you get too deep.
There's Erica Adams, too hard off the glass. Ruers clears the board. That's her 5th rebound. Now Hawaii with the numbers, if they push, they had McBee sitting in the corner, but now they'll get into their set.
McBee hasn't gotten a lot of clean looks. They've done a nice job closing her out pretty hot. Only the couple attempts.
Wahine Kapu for 3.
You mentioned she hit 3 in the last game against Cal State Bakersfield. A little quiet out there. Has had some good looks.
This is DeJesus in the mid-range. We saw her hit 1 in the first half, and a good job cleaning up the spill there by Liu Peressa.
I feel like she's been a bright spot, been physical. We saw her get a layup in that first half. She's got some bounce, good defensively. It's been a bright spot.
Give and go action, and it's Perez getting fouled, and this could be on Spriggs, and it will be, and that'll be number 4.
Kind of interesting that they started her to begin this second half with the 3. She is kind of their motor, though, right? Kiana Spriggs brings a lot of experience to this team, and from the backside, nice feed. So we've seen a few of those feeds going towards the rim that have worked well for the Wahine, a little more patience. But that's a huge call there for the Matadors. Spriggs will go to the bench with 4.
Yeah, and Amundsen now comes in. And Perez at the free throw line, and she knocks it down. Interesting to see the effect here over the course of this season as Amani Perez has continued to climb in the scout, as they say, where other teams are now putting so much more attention on her and making her much more of an emphasized factor in their game planning for Hawaii. How do you see that playing out?
Well, she's, every time we talk to an opposing coach, they talk about how difficult it is to match up with Perez and the range that she has, right? She's been better from the free throw line even this year, good from the 3. She can also guard. She can guard like 1 through 5. It's unbelievable.
And of course, her ability with her length to protect the rim.
Her biggest attribute probably is her steadiness, though, right, emotionally.
There's a strip by Liv Davies, and from her wallet, passes it to McBee. It's last touched out of bounds by McBee. So Hawaii got the turnover, but they weren't able to take advantage of it. So 2 minutes in to this third quarter. Tough off-balance shot by Ferguson. That was a wild attempt. And it's an air ball out of bounds.
Sort of expect with Spriggs on the bench for the Wahine to go inside. They got their twin towers, 6'4", 6'4", and Perez and Ruers in here. Should be some opportunity.
So Hawaii not making it easy for Ferguson. Top scorer for Csun. 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field. Wahine Kapu. Brewers too strong.
The feeds have been good. The finishes not so much.
That was a heck of a pass there by Wahine Kapu. A little too much traffic on the drive by DeJesus. And then a foul committed at midcourt by Amaya Ferguson.
Davies, so smooth, right? We've seen her get 4 starts here in a row. Played 6 games last season. Still sort of managing practice minutes, right, with her knee, but she just doesn't make mistakes.
So Deja Phillips checks into the game, replacing Brooklyn Ruers. So he goes slightly smaller, but a little bit more athletic perhaps here with this rotation.
Phillips, of course, sort of instantly affects the game on both ends.
Under 10 to shoot on this possession. Extra pass, Phillips. She's already hit 2. Make it 3!
Yeah, they have needed her tonight, right? The switching has affected them a little bit. McBee with the extra pass. Like it over and back there. Close.
Deja Phillips. First player on either side into double figures. She has 12. This is the largest lead of the game for the Rainbow Wahine. And a takeaway by Davies. She's going to drive in, but she walked with it. The Euro step was a little too transcontinental that time.
Was looking for a running mate. You see the switch. Got 2 players on Wahine Kapu. She identifies it to McBee, to Phillips for the 3.
Deja Phillips busting out. We mentioned 17% three-point shooter coming into this game. Was 5 of 29 on the year. Now 3 for 3 from out there in this ball game.
That's something she's worked on too, right? Being that 3-level scorer. Added that three-point range.
That looked like a possible travel to Jesus. Trying to get to her own miss and then lost it out of bounds.
We talked about rebounding. Ruers, of course, was 6, but Wahine Kapu, I noticed even the other night, her line and rebounds for her size. She got 5 tonight.
Olivia Smith coming in for Anna Carolina de Jesus. Hawaii by 15. Csun experiencing a scoring drought of almost 3 minutes.
Phillips, remember, it doesn't start. She's had 4 odd ball thrown away by Wahine Kapu, a little miscommunication.
In her defense, Laura Beeman was wide open.
And she does have the right clothes on. You know, it's the yellow pants. Oh, Phillips, 14 minutes, 12 points. You know, just instantly affects both ends. And so comfortable. They did start her, remember, the first 2 games of the season. Inserted her into the starting lineup this season, but she just comfortable kind of waiting.
Quick trigger there by Amundsen. And look at Phillips trying to fill the lane. Down low, it's Perez. Extra pass, McBee for 3. Yep.
It's the basket, baby. Did you see how that nizzled in on this end? Whenever McBee gets that little jump rhythm spot up before she launches, good things usually happen.
Well, that was exactly what Laura Beeman was talking about with Scott Robbs going into the locker room. Hawaii being in shot-ready position. And McBee certainly was there. Now 108 career-made threes. She's 4 away from Nanikake. Can she add to it? Oh, that one rims out. Hawaii on an 8-0 run. Csun on a scoring drought of now over 4 minutes.
I feel like some of the balance has been taken out of this step of the Matadors. Not quite the same energy as we saw him come out with.
Smith was left wide open from 3, decided to take a step inside the arc. And now Wahine Kapu showing off the handles.
I think part of this too, right, is Spriggs on the bench. That's their energy in the paint.
Little inside-out dribble.
Stop it.
And it's going to stay here at this end.
Lily had that ball for a long time. A battle between Ferguson and Lily Wahine Kapu, but it's McBee with the 3 ball here in the second half.
University of Hawaii Sports on Spectrum Sports, sponsored by Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back. Let's check out tonight's Hyundai head-to-head stat line. We're looking at the 3-point shooting, and it has been somewhat anemic, you could say. Csun 1 of 9, 11%. Hawaii, they started off really slow, but have seen a few go through the hoop here in the last stretch. 5 of 18 for 28%.
They were 3 of 14 in that first half, which puts them at about the 28 attempt mark, which is a little bit probably too much for Beeman's liking. She's somewhere between 20 and 25 a game, I think, which is reasonable. But starting to heat up a little bit here in the third quarter.
Meanwhile, Melanie McBee continuing to climb in the career-made 3-pointer category. Up to 6th now. We mentioned Nanikake sits in the number 5 position. And McBee now 4 made 3s from matching one of the all-time legends.
You think Nani's rooting for her over there?
That's an interesting question. I think she will say publicly that she is,
but she's competitive as hell.
I mean, come on,
Nani. I think she's ready to give up some of those records.
Yeah.
She's,
you know, Nani's so
they're
cool.
aging.
Nani's so cool.
She is.
And she's like totally fine with it, but we are absolutely painting her in a different light here.
I still feel like she could throw some up right now.
Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul called against Deja Phillips. Phillips with the sarcastic smile in reaction. It was Rachel Harvey fresh into the game who took the charge, and Laura Beeman looking befuddled.
Toms and Imai fronting this 2-2-1 pressure for the Wahine. Yeah, I'm okay, don't worry.
Jesus with the size advantage there against McBee, but couldn't make the jump hook.
I Nice little D underneath by McBee. Hitting the big.
Here's Kelsey Imai with the penetration. Phillips, the kick. And Imai bounced it out of bounds.
Imai's actually been really good working that baseline, pushing that pass off, usually into the corner for the 3, just off her foot there.
Well, this drought for Csun is becoming Sahara-like. They have not scored in over 5 minutes. Can the Jesus change that? No. Rebound cleared by McBee. And here's Phillips, Hawaii with the numbers. The fake pass, got it to go, but they're going to call her for steps.
Boy, Deja's got to handle this, but I understand that frustration. The last 2 calls have been tough. The Euro step, I think, may have thrown the official off a little bit. Watch the hesitation. You think?
He may have picked up the dribble a hair early there prior to going into that Euro step maneuver, but
not an NBA travel.
It was close. Yeah. Oh, no. She could have taken 3 more steps in the NBA. And the Jesus called for steps.
They're getting a little messy here with 2:49 left in this third.
And Imai taking a shot to the face there by Rachel Harvey. And this is where you start to, if you're watching the officials, wonder how they're going to rein this in. Remember, they have, and you've commented on it, Lori, allowed this to be a very physical game. And this is where you have to sort of keep an eye on where the line of delineation needs to be.
See Kelsey Imai approaching the official saying, look at my eye.
Yeah, look at her eye.
Yeah, absolutely. She's taking a beating. We talked about Imai losing a tooth. You see just the hand by Harvey catching Imai in the eye. Little tussle late. But yeah, I mean, it has been a physical game from the get-go, and some frustration obviously setting in for the Matadors, right? The scoring drought. See Davies and Elsho's getting into it a little bit. I would expect to see, and we've heard quite a few more whistles here late in this third quarter.
Wahine Kapu back on the floor as Imai will be looked at on the Hawaii bench. Seems to be okay, though.
It's Kelsey.
Yeah. She'll be right back in there. Here's Davies for 3. Left it short, and Wahine Kapu had a beat on that offensive rebound, but couldn't hang on to it.
So Beeman's going to want to clean up too, right? You start getting in that sort of messy flow with the opponent. You got to kind of reel it in through the Rainbow Wahine.
Well, if you're Csun, you're just desperately searching for any form of a point here. Scoring drought now up to 6.5 minutes there and about.
It's really changed though, right, since Spriggs has been on the bench too. Just the activity level on both ends.
Pull up by Eschels. And it goes out of bounds after the air ball.
Looked like McBee, I thought maybe got a hand on that, but we'll go Wahine away.
Csun has hit the skids, and Carlene Mitchell wondering how they can somehow get pulled out of the quicksand here.
Well, she kind of talked about this, right, that having some consistency. They were ahead in the Long Beach State game. They led that game at halftime and just struggled in that third period. Same thing. Third period has not been friendly.
Remember, this is a game that was tied at 20. And since then, it's been a 20-2 run by Hawaii. Wahine Kapu splashes down.
You know, what a luxury. That whole series, right?
And that shot is off the mark. Last touched out of bounds by Melanie McBee.
We saw Wahine Kapu finish that with a layup the last time. She's had to hold on to the basketball the whole time, just getting hassled here. And finally just spots up and said, let me fix this myself.
Wahine Kapu now with 10 points. She also has 7 rebounds, matching her rebound total from the other night, which tied a season high.
The handles are impressive, though, right? The way she avoids the contact.
That shot no good by Liu Peresa. How about Hawaii? Started the game 1 of 10 from downtown. They have made 5 of their last 10 attempts from out there. McBee trying to better that. She does. Oh, they are lava hot now.
Finding those open shooters, and they are shot ready. Beeman touched on that.
Ferguson open. And Csun cannot find the range. Here's Phillips in transition. Davies 3 on the way. Long rebound. It's going to be a mad scramble. Oh, and it's going to be a foul against Talo Liuparesa. And that's a dangerous one.
Yeah, Lily Wahine Kapu really sort of saw this coming, right? You could tell, kind of releases her legs here. Deja Phillips was going to go get this, and Liuparesa hustling down for the Matadors. Watch Wahine Kapu here. Sort of a knee injury waiting to happen, and just kind of crawls out of there with her feet.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's really scary. There's McBee, shot ready. Meilani McBee with her second three of the game.
Remember, as I mentioned just moments ago, this was a game that was tied at 20. McBee got it again. Oh, she is locked in now. Her third made three.
Where's Nani? Couple left. She didn't hesitate. That was pretty tight. That was an Atwell three, right? The window was really tight. The release was super quick.
Ferguson, someone just desperately looking to hit a shot here for Csun. Liuparesa, and it'll be an offensive foul. Wave off the bucket. 8.6 left to play in the third. And this has completely fallen off the rails here for the Matadors.
Deja really wanted that call. Phillips been on the opposite side of some of these calls. This one, Uparesa, you know she's going to take it aggressively. It's the right elbow there. They're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, they're actually going to peek at this.
Phillips caught one earlier in this game in the cheek on the rebound off of Spriggs. They called that an intentional. We'll see what this one is.
Meanwhile, for Csun, I mean, this has turned almost horrific offensively. A scoring drought of 8 minutes, 36 seconds. They're 1 for 15 with just 2 points here in this third quarter. They have been outscored 29-2 since the game was tied at 20 apiece.
Yeah, everything that kind of could go wrong is going wrong. You get a pretty good one-on-one situation, and it's going to be that elbow. Liuparesa doesn't really like the call either. And
you think there's anything worthy of an upgrade here?
I'm going to be kind of surprised if they upgrade it. Honestly, I'm not, you know. But then again, with sort of what's been going on in the game, you may want to just to sort of settle it in and make sure that nobody's getting hurt here down the stretch.
That's a good point.
Ferguson been awfully quiet in the second half. 2 of 11 on the night, 1 of 5 behind the arc. And the freshmen sort of forcing the action inside, and they just haven't been able to get anything going with Spriggs on the bench. And it's not that Spriggs scores a lot, it's just the activity level, right? Just to be able, the ability to sort of have that option inside. Haven't seen much of Brewers this third period.
Well, Rainbow Warrior basketball team back in town next week, and they got a big one against UC Irvine. That's going to be on Thursday, and we'll have that for you on Spectrum Sports starting our coverage at 6:30 p.m. Officials coming over to explain to us.
The play is to stay uncalled on the floor, common foul.
And they're going to keep it a common foul. Meanwhile, the men's team losing on the road to Csun today, 76-66. So Hawaii now 1-2 to start Big West Conference play.
Well, this will be the, Hawaii holds on here, it'll be the second year that they've had a 2-0 start. And they, of course, started with the 9th and 11th picked team in the conference for their homestand, right? In Bakersfield, and then tonight the Matadors, 2 pretty young teams. But that UC Irvine Anteater game will be, there's a little bit of a rivalry that's evolved there, to say the least. So that will be a good one.
A baseball pass goes to Perez, sets up Davies, but she couldn't hit it.
Gotta like that.
Loose ball, buzzer sounds. Hawaii holds Csun to just 2 points in the third quarter. They outscore the Matadors 17-2 and are absolutely in control as we get ready for quarter number 4. Welcome back, Meilani McBee. We sometimes refer to her as Treilani McThree, and she has made 3 of them here in this ball game, Lori.
We got to make up our mind. Is it Treilani or is it McThree? It's confusing, but I'll tell you what, those 3 came in a hurry in the third. So a lot of threes in that replay, and McBee shooting with a lot of confidence. Mentioned she is the only player that's played in all 12 games this season. She has been super solid, and little pieces of her game have improved. We know her for the 3-ball, but she's busy underneath rebounding. She takes on bigger players defensively, and she's become a leader for them.
Well, Big West Conference scoreboard here from earlier today, and you have UC Irvine losing to UC Davis. Cal Poly also falling to UC Santa Barbara in the Battle of the Central Coast. Long Beach State also losing at UC Riverside. And UC San Diego with the win at home against Cal State Fullerton. So interesting, Hawaii a chance to remain the only unbeaten right now in the Big West Conference and seeking their first 3-0 league start since they were in the Western Athletic Conference in the 2001-2002 season.
I wonder if that makes Beeman nervous. She's used to peaking at the end of the season.
And there is Kiana Spriggs. You talked about how important it was for this Csun team to have her out on the floor. She was not able to be out there in the third quarter after picking up an early 4th foul. And immediately when she returns, she breaks the drought that lasted since the 8:44 mark of quarter number 3.
I feel like Wahine Kapu's been super busy in the second half. They'll need to rest her a little bit, maybe, right? Just down the stretch, just to be on the safe side. We'll see if we see Davies and Imai.
Ferguson falling short. Ferguson just 2 of 12 from the floor here in this game.
The only 3-pointer of the ball game for the Matadors coming from Ferguson.
It's going to be a foul against Hawaii as Erica Adams hits the deck.
Wahine did a nice job against Adams, kind of a pull-up shooter, pretty offensive-minded, and Adams 1 for 5 on the night.
We talked about Hawaii's defense, and barring something spectacular from Csun offensively here in this quarter, they will hold their 5th opponent overall this season and 3rd straight under 50 points. So that will be 3 league games, and in none of them have they allowed 50 points or more. What are we starting to see here from this Hawaii defense, and is it something that you think is sustainable as they start to play some of the tougher teams in the league?
Well, we just talked about the backcourt, just all the rotations, all the options, but it's really, let's talk about the middle, right? The blocks that have been coming from Ruers, the blocks from Perez. You've got some bodies inside, right, that are batting away stuff that allow some risk to be taken on the perimeter. And there's a vet group out there. Got a lot of experience on the perimeter.
Oh, good drive there by Jade Peacock, but the finish not there. Spriggs got it to go again. Had a career best 18 points in Csun's loss to Long Beach State last Saturday.
Good handles there by Toms. Imai, we mentioned, got hit in the eye in that third period, back in the ball game, as we would expect.
And Spriggs knocking that one out of bounds. So the foul trouble to Kiana Spriggs, which began pretty early on in this game, has absolutely seemingly played a factor.
She's one of the vets, one of the few vets on this team. McBee again.
That one didn't go, but keeping it alive was Barrett. Finishing the deal was Peacock.
Peacock in the right place at the right time. Gives him some length on the wing. Pretty good grasp of this offense as a freshman.
Amundsen off the mark from 3. Spriggs, the offensive board. Trying to back in on Barrett. And we're going to have a foul against Csun. It'll be Amundsen.
McBee scooting along the sideline, the baseline. It's good defense there by Barrett. Really strong. We mentioned that. You're not going to push Viv Barrett around into post, even as a freshman. Haven't seen Jackie David tonight. We mentioned coming off of that ACL would we see her tonight? And I think she's close to being cleared, but maybe not a game that would have been good for her to be in.
Peacock on the drive. Out to Tom's. 3 ball off the mark. Yeah, at this point, obviously, no reason to necessarily wedge her into action. And yeah, you're right. This has been a physical game, and when you have a player coming off of a serious injury, that's something that you kind of want to keep an eye on. Nice drive there, Erica Adams.
Yeah, nice take by Adams. Yeah, for sure. And you have the luxury a little bit of having a little bit of depth in the post that you haven't had in years past. But Jackie David will make a difference in that rotation. Started 12 games last season.
We could be seeing her soon, the 5'11 junior from Independence, Missouri. There's a deep touch for Phillips. Extra pass, 3 up, 3 down, Kelsey Imai.
Good extra pass by the freshman. Peacock, a good three-point shooter herself, and she gives it up. Clean look for Kelsey Imai.
Hawaii also waiting the possible return of Jovi Lefotu, also coming off of a knee injury.
Yeah, imagine that.
The block by Peacock.
Talked about the size. Peacock, a pretty even 6 feet. Getting more comfortable by the minute.
Left corner, it's Tom's. Why not? That's 10 made threes for the Rainbow Wahine. Started the game 1 of 10 from out there.
6 different players.
Since then, they are 9 of 19. Tough turnaround. Erica Adams getting it to go. The transfer from Pacific.
Okay, Adams starting to show some life here offensively.
Tom steps inside the arc. And a reach-in foul there by Perez.
Is it Mykono, or we've been seeing some big-time flybys by Deja Phillips of late? I'll tell you what, she is getting up.
5 minutes to play. We'll be back. Well, the three-point shooting was tough for Hawaii early, and then all of a sudden, they collectively seemed to find the range, and then things got really damp in here as it started raining from the outside.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, and you mentioned it. They started off kind of slow out there because it was on that basket down there. If that's what I'm telling you.
That's your theory.
There's no rattle allowed down there. But yeah, I think the thing that strikes me the most about the three-point shooting is how dispersed it is. That's scary. Usually you got one, you know your personnel, 1 or 2 beaming on the prowl. I really want that sweatshirt. We need to wear that sweatshirt.
Not the pants?
We need to get some gear. You and I need to go retro one night.
I hate to break it to you, Lori. We're always retro.
I'm beyond retro, buddy.
Liu Peressa getting fouled, posting up Tom's. And things changed in that second quarter. And Hawaii finished the first half on a 12-0 run. And then they held Csun to just 2 points in the third quarter. It matched Csun's low for a quarter this season. They also scored only 2 points against Minnesota back in November.
Yeah, they've had those spurts, and Carlene Mitchell talked about that. The program was a bit of a mess when she took it over, and this is really her first recruiting class. So between the transfer portal and some pretty good freshmen, she's really just kind of getting this program, trying to move it in a direction that she wants to move it in.
Yeah, and had to wear the interim head coach tag for her first season. That was removed prior to last year.
You mentioned just a basketball junkie. She coached, of course, with one of the most famous coaches ever, Vivian Stringer. at Rutgers for 10 years. That was kind of her basketball start.
Nice pass there by Toms, but Barrett unable to hit from up close. Goes out of bounds, stays here.
Really like Vivian Barrett's affect on the court. Checks in with her teammates. Just works, you know.
Hawaii leading the all-time series with Csun, 15-11 in the Rainbow Wahine. Also having won the last 5 meetings and in position, obviously, to extend that win streak. Csun preseason pick to finish 11th in the Big West Conference.
What's interesting about Hawaii is they're at the bottom of the conference in points per game, right? They've kind of struggled even with, like, and I agree with her. I think around 70 points per game, given the talent level on this team, is a reasonable goal. So I think she's really been looking for the offense to be better. It was better here in this second half, and you feel like the potential, the near misses inside. I mean, 70's pretty reasonable for this group.
They've been able to make up for it, though, because of how they've played defense. Oh, a lot of contact there, no whistle.
That is just a wall. Barrett, just a wall right there. Liu Perez is super physical. Ran to Wahine. It was Barrett that took the blow, and Liu Perez has been one of the bright sides, I think, for this team in this game. 8 points, 8 rebounds.
Imai is working her way up the sideline, and it's going to be a foul against Amaya Ferguson. Jersey number 1 on jersey number 1 crime there. And so Kelsey Imai with that foul, adding to Csun's total already above the 5 foul limit. Will shoot the free throws.
We've been a little spoiled by the jerseys the last couple of nights. Have you noticed that? And of course, the girls' names are usually down a little bit below the numbers because, you know, there's that hair thing. The hair thing, it's up on your, you know, and we can't see it. So you got to put it down under the numbers.
Hawaii doesn't have the names on
it's a Penn State thing, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah. What about the retros, though? Is this worthy of a run it back at some point because of how well Hawaii's played tonight?
They need to wear these every home game.
That one rattles home for Caitlin Eschels. And a timeout taken by the Matadors. 59-36, Rainbow Wahine. Welcome back. Rainbow Warrior Volleyball back in the house for a pair of matches against Emmanuel next week, Wednesday and Friday, both nights. Coverage begins on Spectrum Sports at 6:30 p.m. What do you think about Charlie Wade's crew in their first week in action?
Exciting. It's nice to see some new faces. I'm impressed with the setter. I think that's going to be fun to watch. And what a battle last night, though.
Yeah, tough loss in 5 to Loyola Chicago, one that Hawaii will probably feel like they let get away. They were up by 5 in the 5th and couldn't close the deal.
Yeah, I wonder what the stats are, percentages of that happening, right? We expected that to be finished. Oh, Imai, nice little intermediate jumper.
She's playing some good basketball these days.
She really is. She came out of that Christmas break. She had a lot of experience, you know. She came in and really got thrown into the fire her first year. Olivia Davies went down. Imai's had a lot of time at that point guard position.
Ferguson on the drive, bothered by Barrett. The Jesus, the offensive board. Reset goes to Eschels. And look at Barrett.
Okay.
That was a little curly kneel.
It was.
Toms for 3. Offensive board, Phillips.
Phillips always in that right spot.
Ali Birdsong getting ready to check in for Hawaii. Here's Barrett making herself available on the reception and gets fouled. Will shoot from the free throw line.
She's gotten some good feeds inside.
And here is Birdsong, the junior from Kalani High School. Every time she enters the match, the fans are rooting for her to get some points in the book. Has played 3 minutes total here this season.
Doesn't miss a practice. really smart in the classroom. Birdsong. It's one of those players, and you know, you hang around long enough and you work hard enough, and you get some minutes.
Well, that was 5 fouls on Talo Liu Peresa, so she heads to the bench. We mentioned Csun affected by the foul trouble, particularly to Kiana Spriggs. Also affected by the apparent injury, either a wrist or a hand injury, to Arina Nikishina, the 6'6" junior from St. Petersburg, Russia, who is on the bench, having had that right hand wrapped. And we saw her getting worked on during halftime, and there she is, obviously part of that front court rotation.
We saw her take a fall, but not sure if it was from that or just from a blow to the hand. They were working on it when they came out of that break.
Great pump fake there and the finish at the rim by DeJesus. Under 2 minutes to play. See if we can get Birdsong a look here, huh?
I bet they'll be looking for her. Imai running the show. Good pick there by Barrett.
Imai with the left hand. She's got 11.
Been physical on that drive. That's what one of the things that Wahine have been really good at. Sort of bumping players off of their line. So I might do that with Ferguson.
Adams for 3. And that one sails out of bounds.
A good hedge there by Barrett. I've been impressed the more I watch Vivian Barrett, just sort of, especially on the defensive end, sort of understanding her assignment. Understanding the assignment. You know?
That's part of it, though, right? And you hear coaches using that phrase, awareness, right? Knowing what you are, who you are, how you fit in, and what your role is at both ends of the floor.
We talked about these guys being really 10 deep in having different roles on this team and being super effective.
Good pass. Easy 2 there for Viv Barrett.
19's feeling pretty good, huh? 19th birthday for Viv Barrett on Thursday.
And then disrupts that shot by Olivia Smith. Look at Imai weaving through defenders. Gets it to Birdsong. Here's Birdsong. Thought about it. Now we'll shoot it. And get it to go!
Everybody loves Hallie Birdsong.
First career points for Hallie Birdsong.
Imai, great job, right? Gets her the 3 looking Birdsong with the little juke. Gets inside for a short jump shot.
Buzzer sounds. And what a great moment for Birdsong. The perfect camper to what was overall a demonstrative performance by the Rainbow Wahine.
Hey, you see the kick out, the ball fake, and Hallie Birdsong in this program, her first career points, and everybody loving that.
And the Rainbow Wahine win it 67-38. And they are unbeaten in 2024. 3-0 in the Big West Conference. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the game. Let's take a look. Talo Liu Peresa, who fouled out, had 8 points and 8 rebounds. Deja Phillips, one of 3 players for Hawaii in double figures, 12 points, 3 for 3 from 3. Also had 4 rebounds. But again, Hawaii getting an all-around effort. A whole lot of different contributors, balanced scoring. And for a team that doesn't have anybody averaging double figures, their offense showed that kind of freedom of movement here in this ball game as well. Let's send it over to Scott Robbs.
Coach, I got to ask you first, how cool is that seeing Birdsong get her first 2 points?
You know, that kid works hard every single day, knowing that she may not get on the court. And for a lot of these kids, she's our why. She shows up every day and just grinds. So to see her not only eyes to rim, pull up jumper and hit it, that's super special.
Everybody, I think, jumped to their feet. That was terrific.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks. That's great.
Talk about the second half, because you wanted to see you guys turn up the intensity. You definitely did that.
Yeah, we turned up the intensity defensively. It was with our communication. We didn't talk really well in the first half. Second half, we talked a little bit better. And then we know when we can turn that up, we can get some rebounds, we can push our tempo. We're good in transition. It wasn't the prettiest game tonight, but I really liked the second half.
I know one thing you talked to us about earlier this week is becoming a little bit more offensive. Do you think you took a step in the right direction this week?
I do, particularly missing some of the shots that we missed early on, which I thought were going to fall and they didn't. You know, we're not going to put together a full game until the end of the season. That's just how we are. So we're just going to keep grinding it out. I'd like to be in the mid-70s, upper 70s if we can. I think that's a style we can play, and our defense is solid right now, but we need to keep growing that area as well.
Good luck on the road next week.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Kanoa.
Thanks a lot. So the Wahine will take the show on the road, and they got a big one next week against UC Irvine, who lost earlier today. 3-1 are the Anteaters Hawaii. 3-0, and the only unbeaten so far in the Big West Conference. All right, Lori, I'll give you the last thought here.
You know, the thought for me is that this game started off really ugly, really physical, a little bit messy, and you just kind of saw what the potential of this group is, right? The savvy of the vets, the Kelsey Imais, the Olivia Davies, how good Lily can be with the basketball. So I feel like it's a little bit scary if you're on the outside looking in and as a Big West opponent. This is a group that's just starting to get untracked offensively and is really good defensively. This road trip will be big.
Well, let's just show you the updated standings while we have an opportunity here. Hawaii 3-0, UC Irvine after the loss today, now 3-1. UC Santa Barbara topped Cal Poly, so they're both 3-1 as well. That upper half of the league is going to be awfully competitive. It will be interesting to see how things play out, but Hawaii can feel good because they have yet to lose in league play, but a big road trip coming up for the Rainbow Wahine. Don't forget about the post-game show. Corner Crew will break down another dominant win for Laura Beeman and her crew. But for now, for Lori Santi, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, everybody, we bid you aloha from Mānoa.
What's better than a cheesy bite? Cheese in every bite. That's why we invented stuffed crust pizza, topped and stuffed with almost a pound of cheese.